Change gears and shift focus on to this. The South African National Taxi Council has announced taxi fares will not go up by more than R7. That's after their earlier decision to more than double prices caused outrage. After a meeting between government and Santco, it was agreed prices would be revised. My colleague Govan Whittles is covering the story and joins us now from Midrand from the Santco offices. What more do we know about how we got here? What are these increases?
Yeah, well, these increases were announced by the chairperson of Santco in Gauteng, and they only apply to the Gauteng province. They were announced by Mr. Johannes Mkonza, and they follow the threats by the Alexandra Taxi Association to hike their prices to over 130%, almost 30 Rand from Alexandra to Sant, and a lot of other associations in Randburg, here in Midrand at the taxi rank where I am, made similar threats. But now those numbers are in, and Mr. Mkonza announced them a while ago. Let's have a look at what they are.
As of the 1st of July, all taxis in Gauteng will be going up from 4 Rand to 5 Rand. Our maximum increase will be 7 Rand locally. Our local operations will be increased by 4 Rand and 5 Rand, and our inter-metro taxi operations, for instance, if you operate from Tshwane to Ekurhuleni or West Rand to Johannesburg CBD, those prices will be up by 7 Rand. Our 7 Rand will be our maximum increase so far in Gauteng. So no association will increase above that threshold, above that 7 Rand per route. So
Govan, what's the word on the relief fund for the industry?
Well, these increases that were announced by Santco Gauteng don't take into consideration the amount of money lost by taxi drivers during the COVID-19 lockdown. And they say that they don't want to pass that burden of cost onto the consumer. Rather, they'd have the government bail out the taxi industry and each individual taxi owner. But let's get some reaction on the price hikes, particularly the local trips and the trips between the metros. I'm here at the Midrand taxi rank. I've got one of the commuters here with me. Mama, thank you so much for your time. So it'll be about 5 Rand more expensive to take a trip from the surrounding neighborhoods into town, and it's 7 Rand extra if you're traveling between Johannesburg, Pretoria, or West Rand and Johannesburg. What do you think of these increases?
Okay, good day. My name is Venda. I'm using the taxis every day at Johannesburg, and then I think the taxi owners are selfish, and then they don't thinking about other people. They think themselves, just because now this thing, the COVID-19, is disaster for any country. So now they're increasing the money just because they don't getting anything from the people.
Can you afford these new increases?
No, I can't afford it just because people are earning a small money, and then now the companies that they retrench many people. That's why people are suffering now. They want the money from the government. And then now if they're increasing the money, where they can get that money to pay that taxes.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time. Let me bring in one of the taxi drivers in the area as well. So you were saying that you drive a taxi every day here. The increase is about 5 Rand for local trips, 7 Rand when you're going in between the cities. What do you think of these increases? Is it enough for you?
Good day, everybody. Here, you are speaking to Mashabezulu Raymond here. I'm driving for Midrand Taxi Association. This increase, I think, is going to be very much better for us, we as drivers, because now we are suffering too much. Unlike like now, before that increase, with the load which I take each and every moment, I have to pass the garage. When I go back, maybe I'm gonna take another one. Then after that, the second load, I'm gonna put petrol again. Then thereby we will find that we and the owners were fighting. He said, "No, I'm eating his money or he have money." By the way. By this way, when they say the increase is coming, I think it's going to be very much better than what we are getting now. We don't get even a blue cent. You can't even buy even a bread. And when we go past here, when you come out from Midrand, you'll find the Metro Police and board, this national police. National police are waiting there. They're going to tell you, give us something. Where am I going to get that something with 10 people?
With the increase of 5 Rand and 7 Rand, will you be able to make money for yourself now?
I think I will be able to make money for my employer. then maybe I'm gonna get I can get salary. But from now I can tell you really and for sure, since from the lockdown I didn't get any pay. He just say, okay, just today go and see what you're gonna get when you have maybe you're from work. Don't come to me. Then is where maybe I get that 120. So what are you going to do with 120 while the landlord is waiting for you that side?
Okay.
I have to pay the rent.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll leave it right there. But this is just some of the people here at the Midrand taxi rank. Of course, these increases will have a significant impact, not only on commuters who say it's unaffordable, but especially for the drivers who are looking to earn some money after giving the bulk of the money to their owners. Of course, there'll be more reaction on these price increases throughout the day, but it's important to note that the taxi associations are still looking for the relief from the government, and they want between 20 and 25,000 rand for each taxi owner. They say that's necessary to pay off the 2 months installments that they missed because of the lockdown.